Actually, let's hold that thought because we're almost done with the bill itself.
And we are live.
All right, so you left off on page 15. Let's see, 19, 17 had our changes. And we haven't talked yet about page 19.
Did we talk about 18? General obligation bonds and appropriations.
Becky, did you cover 18 already, or is this?
Page 18.
No, I didn't. You want me to?
Yes, please, we're reconvening.
Section 14 of page 18 is giving authorization to the treasurer to issue general obligation bonds for the bonds that support the appropriations in the capital bill. So there was an authorization to issue 123,180,000 last year. Subsection B is new language that came from the House to issue an additional amount of approximately 16.7 million from the bond premium to also support appropriations in the
Getting that full capacity in this.
Oh, yes, if you are, I will have to change that number.
16,740, you're gonna have to change.
Actually, leaving
Yeah,
the 3 points.
yeah, 3.9
million of the
yeah.
bond.
Oh,
What's the 3.9 million?
That's what we were.
That's what we carved out. That's what was on that other sheet. that we
Yeah,
had.
so you now don't have to bond for that.
Okay.
So the, yeah, 16.7.
So, yeah, the savings is reflected in your bonding capacity.
Can you just, I hate to say it, because we have a guy that says I'm on the committee all the time, but a new guy question, can you just tell me how we get the additional 16.7 million?
It's from bond premium, which I am not sure I can explain well, maybe Dan can.
Yeah, I can explain.
It's basically the savings, I think, on the interest from
Yeah,
from the
so,
bond, but
so a chunk of the most recent bond issuance went out in the form of what's called premium bonds, which are more expensive for the state in the long run as we pay them off, but it means that we get more cash up front from the investor. And so that additional cash we got up front was 16.7, which frees up, which meant that the treasurer can issue fewer bonds in that issuance, and it gives us more capacity for the next issuance.
I could not explain that. Thank
Could you
you.
explain that to me next year?
Yeah.
I actually can. So, I thought that's what it was, but I still want to assume.
Okay, so
Section,
you're gonna change that.
yeah, I'll have to change that number and then the total revenue number.
Ingalls is back in that bond for 16 million.
Well, yeah.
Section 15, so this is saving a sunset date that dates back to 2013, where there was a decision to move the payment for the cost of engineering and project costs to the big bill. And every year since then, the legislature has decided to put that off. And so this year, those costs are finally being absorbed by the big bill. So the sunset date is being changed back to June 30th, 2022, because that's where it will switch over from being a capital expense to a general fund expense. And that was the,
What page?
so that starts at page 18 on line 17 and goes to page 19, line 4. And line 4 is where you'll see the change in the date.
Okay.
And just as a cross-reference, on page 2 of the bill, lines 10 through 11, that's where the actual appropriation is being struck out. It was the $3.7 million line item to BGS for engineering and architectural project costs. And that is being taken up in the business. Page 19, section 16 is the authorization for the sale of property on Baldwin Street. So last year there was authority to sell 13 Baldwin Street, and the authorization for 1416 Baldwin Street was added by the House. What is new language here is that the proceeds from the sale of 13 Baldwin Street are being transferred to BGS for major maintenance, which is in section 2C1. And the proceeds of the sale of 1416 Baldwin Street will go back to future capital construction projects. Subsection B is also being added by your committee, and that is authorizing the sale of 9 Baldwin Street contingent upon the completed relocation of the Ledge IT to 133 State Street. And the proceeds from that sale would also go to future capital construction projects.
Good.
Section 17 of the bill is some intent language with respect to reducing carbon intensity in state buildings. So the General Assembly is asking that BGS implement strategies as soon as practicable to reduce carbon intensity in buildings under the department's jurisdiction. The strategies may include use of non-fossil fuel alternatives when installing or replacing any space conditioning or water heating systems, and the use of carbon storing and least embodied carbon materials when constructing, renovating, or substantially repairing a building or facility. Subsection B has intent language that Forest Parks and Recreation and AOT use the technical assistance of the State Energy Management Program for eligible projects. Section 18 of the bill is kind of technical in nature, and there was that reallocation I mentioned for the rustic cabin construction program. There was approximately 798,000 for appropriated in 2020, and there's 200,000. So that line item was reallocated, 200,000 this year to be used with CTEs, and then the rest going to the bottom line. The amount that's remaining here is just an amount that was already expended and cannot be reallocated. And then section 19 of the bill is the effective date, and this takes effect on passage.
The only thing I would ask is when we're all done, and then we just like go is print out our reporting, what our report, our sections are. That would be helpful for all of us, I think.
Very helpful, just
That we
can read on the floor.
Yeah, that's keep it, like relative.
So I like to talk long enough.
I did forget one other thing, that it was taken out of the bill, just for your reference, that was in the House version. Sorry, just remembering it because it's not here, so, is that the Capital Projects Fund, ARPA dollars did give money to a DPS program called the Critical Communications Infrastructure Program. And that program was created in this bill that was receiving that fund, and that was, I believe, section 19 of the bill. So when you remove those capital projects fund dollars, I also removed the creation of that program, and that is being put in the big bill.
So I'm gonna lead off the conversation on the floor. If you've got a one pager that can just say what is now being covered by the big bill as opposed to the capital bill, that would be helpful. I'll start off with that and then we can actually talk about what is in the capital bill. A brief synopsis for each section to enable each legislator to do a speech. One trick now would be keeping each legislator within a time frame that,
Well, they use Bruce, 4-5 lines, that's all you need, basically.
but some go off script.
Oh, well, I don't know who would do that. I don't know that. Well, I don't think you will, although we're.
He might.
Well, he might, or the chair might go on for an hour. Well,
I'll take whatever odds you give me on that. As long as you don't have that hurt.
He'll introduce the YouTube crowd. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Cry.
As long as he doesn't say, I will describe any vernacular. It's
When you don't cry, you do section 13.
People watching on
Yeah, I'm
YouTube.
gonna cry when you section 13.
We do have an audience, we don't know who they are.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't miss a beat. We got that.
sometime next year, you guys are
Oh,
gonna
God.
miss me.
Joe says the same thing before every meeting.
Exactly, word for word, you don't miss a beat on it.
And he said the same thing.
Same thing, exactly.
We should like pull the video clip of every single time he did that and see like, I bet the variance.
How close it is?
I've wanted to do that.
Yeah.
So, I've thought about it.
Don't feed it.
We have an audience out there, we don't know how big it is or who they are, but.
Fifth graders, well, I want to tell them, the fifth graders know more about this than we do.
Yeah.
We're not like anymore.
What section?
I'll do whatever, Corey, what do you want?
And which ones are spoken for we got?
The only ones that are spoken for thus far appear to be 12.
I'm not really too interested in doing section 2.
12, 13, 14, 15, I guess.
What am I, chopped liver?
No, I love your section. Actually, you know what, I can do that. There's really not much to really talk about. Any
Center
questions?
Mountain starts at what, 12?
Well,
I mean, I was on A&R, I don't mind doing, or natural resources last term, so I don't mind. I could do, and I was education, so I mean, I could take 6 to, unless you want those, Joe. I mean, I could do 6.
the first page is gonna be the big one.
I can do 1 through 4 if you want me to.
All right, Russ got one.
Section what, section 2?
Yeah, section
Four.
2, actually,
Um,
2, 3, and 4, Joe, sorry.
You'll have to wait. That'll be the
I mean, I could do, if you want me to do 5 through, do you want to give McCormick the natural resource? I don't mind, I'm not.
Really doesn't matter.
I can,
Let's go back and make sure I've got Russ, you want to take,
I'll do the 2, 3, and 4, and then I'll do 5, and then just makes it even. You were gonna do 6 anyways, Corey?
I can't, I mean, I could do 5 or 6, it's a, I'm not, you can leave me whatever's left. You wanna do that?
2, yeah.
2, 3, 4. Can you handle 5? There's not much there.
Yeah, I can do 5, and then,
Just don't have it on the sheet, just yield to the next person.
right.
Corey, you want to do 6, 7? 8. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Can you handle that?
Yep.
I'm going to ask Dick Mazza to do the military too. Stuff, so you have.
So you have me chair for 2 through 5, correct?
Anybody do?
Somebody will start at 16.
Let's-
Our
Where,
year to Corey.
And I'll go to 100 miles.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
16, go to,
16, going to McCormick. We'll have him do 16, 17. May. And I can take 18 and 19.
so he's got, McCormick's only gonna have 2.
Yeah, that's not fair, is it?
No.
I'll have him do 16, 17, 17A and 18. We'll finish it off. I'm leading mid-engine, so.
You wanna give it section 15? I don't care. It's not gonna take.
Because he'll take a lot of time to talk about reallocation.
Okay, so he starts at 16, what you're saying, 17, 16,
He would start at 16. You're gonna finish off
Yeah,
at
so-
17.
he goes to 17, 17A. And that's it?
18. So
Oh, okay, he's got those, all right.
we'll wrap up.
Okay. Get that all worked out and see where we are.
Everybody happy?
Yeah.
Any questions, comments, thoughts, provocations?
Do you want this spreadsheet for the floor?
Yes.
With the yellow, red,
With the color.
Okay.
That's
I
very
will have
helpful.
that.
I'm gonna give an explanation as to why there's different colors on there. Sort of give them the basics on how to look at this.
So my question is, if everybody's all set, can't you kick it out tomorrow? No.
Because he can't, he's not here to vote on it. And we were trying to think about having him vote on it. But his eyeball is,
Okay.
by now, he's well,
So tomorrow we won't be.
tomorrow we won't be meeting.
Okay.
And then Tuesday, we're going to your place. Wednesday, we will gather and pick our official vote. I told Jane already.
We just have, floor tomorrow then.
Yeah.
We're not meeting.
No, we're not.
So we're not meeting. So Russ is too afraid to ask, but we can drive Corvettes on Tuesday, right?
Level keys ready.
We are still live, I can pick us up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
As long as you fill up with gas.